number 4 of these sessions where we present some changing ideas, changing features about the intake form, tracking the impact, and then also listen to any questions, ideas, concerns on how to make it better. So as usual, we're going to start with the headlines, really brief updates. Today's session after the headlines will focus on reporting and ability to track data better. Originally, it was supposed to be more on data uploading, but we had a few one-on-one sessions. And if people do need help with those, please do email me. I will send out this recording afterwards, or Francisco. Francisco is the one that's sending all the access information from both account codes to sign up and the MOU. He is a great point of contact, and he can do the trainings in Spanish or in English. But today's session, a little bit more on reporting, because we're seeing a little bit more challenges with the reporting aspect that leads to data reporting. So first, some quick updates. Over the weekend, the form in Spanish is now available. So that went live on Sunday. There is a button that you will see at the top of the form to translate to Spanish. We are now seeing a lot more forms being submitted this week than previous weeks, which is very encouraging, very good. We are seeing more Spanish forms being enabled. We realize people are talking to people on the phone to get their information, which obviously makes it really hard to translate on the spot. So click the button, translate. The form goes from English into Spanish, including all the values in these pick lists, as you see here, will be translated as well. Additionally, it's also now multi-page, so it's easier to fill out step by step. A lot of these ideas and these changes come from you guys. We definitely want to, at the end of this call, talk and listen to your ideas about anything that's happening. On that note, a few partners have requested a way to do mobile phone design entry. Why? We have a lot of applications to fill out, and why we are definitely getting and seeing more forms filled out to distribute 50 million, that's 100,000 applications. We really have to collectively get more partners involved and have those partners be able to do their applications as quickly as possible. At the same time, some partners are going out in the field and interviewing people in person. So perhaps getting it on a mobile phone is made it easier to fill out. Tomorrow at 9:30 a.m., anybody on this call is welcome. I'll invite everyone that's attending. It's optional. A few organizations have already accepted to help brainstorm some ideas on how this could possibly work. Now, this would be optional. Obviously, we want to take this from a human-centered design approach. We don't want to just randomly text an undocumented immigrant and cause anxiety. So we'll be talking about how to make sure it's done securely, safely, and mindfully. Anybody on this call is more than welcome to attend. We'd love to hear ideas. We'll present some of the ideas that we already have. That is happening tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. PST. And everyone on this call will be invited. Please do attend, or have somebody from your organization attend, so we can make sure we design it right. With that, it is time for the demo. I'm going to stop my screen share.
And I will start. I will present my window, and can folks see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So workshop is going to be hands-on. So I invite you to follow along and see if you can make this work and try it with me, so that this training can be more effectively delivered. There's a lot of information to be. If you can, dig up your user ID and password for Caminos, for those who have Camino access, and follow along. So first things first, we got a lot of questions about, oh, how do I log into Camino? Please bookmark this URL. And by the way, this URL is in the password email that comes to you, or the initial invitation email that comes from Francisco. It's mobilepathways.force.com/Camino. And when you go here, it'll present you with a user ID and password box, and type in your user ID and password, and you should land on this page. I'll give everybody a few minutes to see if you can log in. Anybody who doesn't know how to get to this page, please share in your comments, in the comments area. I assume everybody know the difference between Camino users versus volunteers who simply type in data without login. Camino users are managers of the data, have more control over edits and reporting and all the fun things that you can do after the initial entry form. I'm going to assume everybody's on this page. First thing to bring your attention is on the right-hand side, these are all the links you need to do a lot of important things. First link right here is the volunteer sign-up form. What that means is if you have additional volunteers, this will take you to a page where you can sign them up and let them enter data for you. Your 6-digit code is going to be found somewhere on your account info page. It's hidden for a reason. We don't want to give that to many people, but if you click on this link, log me out, time me out. If you click on this link, the account code is right on this page, okay? Second thing, this link right here is the form that you want to use to type in data. For those who do not have Camino's access, you will come in here and use your email address and the account number to log in to type in data. And this is also the URL that you want to give to your volunteers, whether they're working from home or working from your office, to go to directly so that they can enter the data. Okay. I'm also going through this. This right here, a few people have asked, how do I submit the weekly aggregate report? The weekly aggregate report is not to be emailed to somebody to GSIRF. The weekly aggregate report is to be entered from this link right here. Same thing. You don't need a Camino's login to do that. You just have to type in the account code, find it, and provide the data, type in the data as requested. And every field that's on the GSIRF weekly report form will be on this page. These are conveniently located on the home page so you can find it easily. Any questions so far? And this is especially important for the ones that are onboarding today for the first time. Okay.
I'm sorry, can you show me where you went for the reporting to create the report? I didn't get to see them.
I have not. You mean the weekly report?
Yeah.
Right here.
Oh, got it. Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Right here. That's due every week. And I'll repeat the message from Lisa. If you're just starting to distribute funds, it is required that even if you're using the system, just go and submit a aggregate report from the get-go so that we know when you're starting to distribute funds, please. Okay, so even if you're using the system, please go ahead and take a minute to type in and provide a few fields that GSIRF needed to understand when you started to distribute funds. So it's this link right here. Any questions before I move on to the more interesting things? All right. Next thing, for those who are using the system to manage approvals of funding, I think I might have logged me out. 1 second. Sorry. And for those who don't know, Monday morning is our fictitious training account. And so I am using it to demonstrate what the system can do. Yeah, that logged me out. Okay, so the next thing we want to show you is this tab right here. when you click on the Applications Forms tab, you will see a list of all the different applications grouped into the various statuses that you can assign to each application. So this is not just for typing in money that you've already given away. This is a full system that you can use to review, approve, or reject requests for funding. Okay, and to do that, this is the very first thing that I want to show you. You can also use it to create your own lists. Okay, for those who are logged in right here, you can come in here and click on the list view control, this right here, and press new. You can give your list a name. I can say all applications to be reviewed. And you can make it so that only you can see it or other people within your NGO can see it. Okay. After that, I can use the right-hand side to modify the filters. So I want to see every application. So do that. Where, and you go to Add Filter. I will do it again. So just go ahead and watch for a second. Application status equals reviewing. And then you can say done. Say save. And all these applications are to be reviewed. Now you're saying, oh, I can't tell what each one of this is. Can you change the fields that are there? Same thing, come in here and say, select fields to display. Press on that, and you can pull in any field you want. Just put it on the right-hand side. So if you're more interested in managing people by name, you can pull that to the side. You can pull the application status to the side. If you're interested in, let's see, what will be a good one. If you're interested in the zip code, for example, you can pull that to the side and say save. And that will give you a list of things that is sortable. So if you click on the header, it'll sort. Okay? And that's repeatable. Now, you just say this. You can say every time I want this to be the default that shows up, just pin it to the top. And now you have a list, a report that you can run every time. Okay? Questions before we go through this one more time? I know there's a lot of information to digest. Okay? If you want to take a look at the list in that a nice grouping view, switch it to the Kanban view. Click on switch to display as Kanban view, and you can say summarize by whatever you want. So right now, right this minute, I can summarize whether it is the amount of payment or number of people. So I've been summarizing based on the number of the amount of payment. Say for everything that's being reviewed, how much we've paid out. So you see, as I move one record from here to there, the amount got moved as well. So at any moment in time, you can say, how much have we approved $500? Okay. Any questions before I move on to prettier things? I know this is sexy as some of the things that I can show you.
Can you approve as a batch function, or do you have to go one application at a time?
You can approve as a batch. So all you have to do is actually, I'll just use this, and I'll switch it back to table view. Come on. Anything that you want to approve, just click it, click it, click it. Okay. batch select, and then say approve it, and just say update all 3 selected, right? And if my screen is not blocking me, say save, all 3 are approved. Okay.
Good question.
Very good question. So now I would encourage you to go in and not just only approve. I would encourage you to go in and still put in information, right? How much was paid out? What method was it? When it was approved, right? Because when you're batch approving, all you're doing is this. You can certainly batch approve everything, or batch approve if you want to approve and come back and fill in all the details. Absolutely. This is a tool to help you do your job, and you can use it and find the way that helps you the most. All right.
So wait, one question, sorry. So there's no way to do a batch, say amount. So if we're approving 500 for every app, we can't just do the autofill the amount? Okay.
Yep, you can. So same thing, I'll come in here and I will say, which field do I want to display? I can display, which field do I want to display? For some reason, maybe it's my screen sharing that's messing me up. One more time. Select fields to display. There we go. And you can put amount in there, right? And you can say save. Now the amount is in here. Same thing for anything that you want. And by the way, if you want to select everything, you just go like that. That selects everything. Okay? And same thing, edit in here. Oops. Edit in here. $500. Update all 50. Apply. Save. Done. Okay? So it's flexible to the way you need to do this. Find a way that make most sense for you. Okay? Make sense?
Thank you.
So, no problem. In the last few minutes, I want to show you this. When you go to dashboards, and if you go to all folders, you will see these things. Okay? In fact, sometimes one thing to show, a lot of times by default, it's a little too short and you don't see the name. Just go and drag that out a little bit. Okay? We've given you some template dashboards. And when you click on the template dashboard for NGOs, you'll see something really cool. It's refreshed as of right now, right this minute. Is viewing as me, and is giving me the statistics as they see in all my applications right now. As of right now, this is live. Okay, I just so happen to have no sample data for gender, but I can tell that I've approved $700. Okay, and I can click on it, and it'll drill down to the details that make up the $700, right? So it'll tell me how many households, how many persons served. These are the things that you need to report to CIRF. So all these things are telling you and giving you the data you need to do the weekly report to CIRF. Okay, how many applications will be how many households? You can always drill down to see the details. Okay, and everybody has access to this. And every time you run this, this is showing the data as your NGO. And if you're telling me, well, I don't want gender, I want some other metric, you can create this yourself as well from scratch. But that will be a more advanced thing to do. Okay, for now, feel free to use this one as your starting point. And every time you have some thoughts and ideas as to what else to put on here, please let us know so we can put it on the template so that everybody can have access to this. Okay. Same thing, if you want to see the details, always just click on the link on the bottom here. It'll then give you the full-blown details behind the scenes. On this. Okay. One more time, how to get to it. Go to Board, go to all folders, and that is where you will find GSIR template. Go to GSIR template, and that will have some sample dashboards and also one dashboard for NGOs.
Time check here, Posey.
Yes.
No, I'll open it up. Actually, if somebody does have a question, feel free, because I do want to address a couple questions in the last 5 minutes that are in the chat.
I do have a question. When you click on application forms, okay, and you want to manually add the amount, how do I save it? I know how to add it, but I don't know how to save it.
So drill down, and drill down, I mean click, okay? If I say this is not 500, I double click on this, and I say this is $2,000, and save is right here.
Oh, okay, so I have to
go save here.
Okay.
Yep. Same thing, if you want to edit from in here, you can also click down. Oops, sorry. You can say, instead of this is $500, you can say double click on here, and this is $1,000. Enter, and that turns yellow, and save is here.
At the bottom. Oh, got it, got it.
At the bottom, yeah. Okay.
The same goes if I need to change the name, the client name. If I caught a
client name is slightly different. Client name, you will click on the name of the client rather than the application. Click on the name of the client. Then you can come and change the name here. And then you can say save. We haven't been focusing on my client. Remember, we are talking about keeping PII or personally identifiable information separate from the application information. So we've been really focused on getting the application form working flawlessly. Okay. If you want to change the name or change the address, you have to come into my clients to change. So I'll show you one more time. You find the application. Okay. Let's just say that you drill down on this and you see, oops, the name Ina is incorrect. So I will click on Ina and I will come in here and edit the name, and this should be Ian. Save. And next time, if you go back to the application, you'll see that now. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So just a few minutes left. Posey, we do have a couple questions I'd like to get to, but please go ahead.
The instruction is right here. It says it's personally identified information, edit on the client record. So that's a reminder to say, hey, you want to click on it and edit on. Okay. Yes, that's all. Question.
So yes, and I'm going to have you drive showing where to upload data. So the question from Information Justice, very common. A lot of people started giving out funding before they had access to the form. Where should they go to upload that? The funds before the intake form was uploaded.
Okay.
Available.
So, correct. Originally, that was going to be today's focus. We're going to focus exclusively on that. Based on our experience over the last day or two, we realized everybody's asks are so different. So what we're going to request that you do is come in here, get support. So click on get support and say new. And you just ask, you have a problem, you have a feature request, you have a question, you can say need to load data, need help, right? Load data, however you want to put it, right? And say save. this will send us a notification to say that you would like to load data. If you have actual data for us to examine, I don't want you to email anything because email is not secure. You will come in here, go into it, and upload the file. This is secure. No one else will see this.
Thank you, Posey. Hopefully that makes sense. And please do use this to upload files, the tickets. We are working obviously with people that security is paramount above everything. And we do have sensitive information address. So please follow these so we can help protect the communities that we're serving. We are at time. I'm going to pause. I'm going to stop the recording at this point. I can go a few minutes